Trump has just tripled down on the 2,000 stimulus going out to every single American. Take a look at what he just said. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Before, it was $1,000 to $2,000. Now it is at least $2,000. Even the Treasury Secretary is backing him up.
The $2,000 dividend could come in lots of forms, in lots of ways, George. It could be just the tax decreases that we are seeing on the president's agenda.
I'll play you that full video clip. Also, you may be wondering, can this actually go out to the American people? If you remember, this was a few years back. Trump's executive order only guarantees $300 per week in enhanced unemployment for some workers. This is a few years ago, so maybe an executive order is possible. I'll give you more details on that and let you know more about the $2,000 tariff dividend check. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these tariff dividend check updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. So Trump floats $2,000 tariff rebate checks. What to know? I would say he does more than just float it. He has said it multiple times in video and now his message as well. So I'll read you this full thing. I'm going to play you the video clip from the Treasury Secretary. But first here, people that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion. Record investment in the USA, plants and factories going up all over the place, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. High-income people, I'm guessing it'll probably be like 100,000, 150,000, which was the cutoff for the other stimulus checks. Hasn't been written officially yet. So is there enough to pay? Well, let's get into this first. We're going to get into that, but Donald Trump stimulus check update given by Scott Bessent, who is the Treasury Secretary, basically the person in charge of all the money in our country. What does he have to say about these $2,000 tariff dividend checks? Take a listen right here.
The $2,000 dividend could come in lots of forms, in lots of ways, George. It could be just the tax decreases that we are seeing on the president's agenda. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans. So, those are substantial deductions that, are being financed in the tax bill.
Joining us now is Bloomberg's Brendan Murray. So, Brendan, it doesn't sound like we're going to get checks or anything for $2,000 in the mail unless the Supreme Court overturns these tariff rules, right?
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like Treasury Secretary Bessent was surprised at what the president posted on social media on Sunday about this $2,000 rebate to consumers. Of course, this follows the Supreme Court hearing in the middle of last week where a lot of skepticism was thrown on President Trump's ability to deploy these tariffs that he has around the world. And so it sounds like to a lot of observers that the president is feeling a bit insecure about his ability to use those tariffs going forward. He sort of lashed out and called anybody who opposes tariffs fools and is trying to sort of sway public opinion back in his direction by floating this $2,000 tax giveaway to consumers.
What are your thoughts there? Well, what are some other experts saying about it? Let's get into it. Is there enough tariff revenue to pay $2,000 dividend? Yes and no. Well, paying $2,000 to about 150 million adults earning $100,000 or less would require roughly $300 billion in revenue. This is just about how much we got with the stimulus checks in the past, if you remember those. Only one problem, new tariffs have raised $120 billion so far. For the fiscal year ended on September 30th, the federal government raised $195 billion in customs duties, according to the U.S. Department of Treasury. U.S. importers have paid nearly $89 billion in tariffs imposed under the IEEPA, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection data. The Trump administration has also tapped other regulations aside from the IEEPA to introduce new tariffs. if the Supreme Court rules that the tariffs are unlawful, those businesses could be entitled to refunds, curtailing the tariff revenue available for rebate checks. So a rebate for most taxpayers would also add to the national debt, according to York, saying that the math gets worse accounting for the full budgetary impact of tariffs. $1 of tariff revenue offsets about 24 cents of income in payroll tax revenue. Adjusting for that, tariffs have raised $90 billion in net revenues compared to Trump's proposed $300 billion rebate. So basically, what's being said here is we need to raise more money. I think it's higher than 150 billion. We're hearing a lot of different numbers when it comes to the tariff revenue, the official tariff revenue, I guess, because it's saying that money's supposed to be paid, but not officially in America's bank account, so to speak. So we're going to find out more information on that. Now, if you're wondering, how could this actually go out? Well, if you remember, this is back in 2020 when all the craziness was going out, stimulus checks, workers' payments, and the PPP loans, all those things. We had so much money flowing. If you remember, Trump's executive order only guarantees $300 per week in enhanced unemployment for some workers. Now, if you remember, there were people who couldn't get their job. So everybody, the whole country was basically on unemployment during COVID, getting up to $300 per week. He was able to have an executive order that actually made that official through some really clever legal work where it was money from somewhere else. I think it was emergency funds, things like that. He was able to move things around. So if we do have enough money to pay everybody a $2,000 check, which now is at least $2,000 according to Trump, then I think there'll be a way for that money to go out to the American people, whether executive order, whether through Congress, or some other means that we don't even know about yet. So I'm going to keep you updated on that as there actually is more information coming out, especially with the Supreme Court giving a ruling very soon. They're not even sure how to deal with this whole tariff thing. If they were to stop tariffs, would they be able to refund everyone else who had to pay the tariffs? A lot of questions around that. So I'm going to keep you updated. If you want more tariff dividend check updates, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more. And that is all the news that I have for today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Belle's tip of the day.
Oh, hi guys, I didn't see you there. Just so you know, you guys are great to me. You guys are special to me. I need you here beside me. And you are so nice. Do you know why? Cause you're so nice right now. You're giving me a lot of subscribers, and I love it. Bye.
Trump has just made huge SSDI changes that could affect 8 billion people on Social Security. If you want to find out what that is, click this video over here, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.